Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, wherever you find it in your chart. Maybe it's just for you. If you're new here, welcome in. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. If you're a returning gazer, hi, guys. Hope you're doing well. We're going to look at this picture here. Spicy Pisces. What's up? It says, I feel you. I feel you. And that for a Pisces could be a very visceral thing, right? And whether that I feel you, it means like a connection to somebody in a sensual way, in a joyous way, like identifying, like I've been there before, done that, or if it's maybe somebody trying to portray a particular feeling when you know that that's not the actual legitimate feeling, right? Because you can feel the real, right? It says, love is a set of emotions and behaviors characterized by intimacy, passion, and commitment. It involves closeness, protectiveness, attraction, and trust. And there's this idea of like, are you getting that? And is that maybe why you're feeling a little spicy? We have the hedgehog here. The hedgehog is talks about boundaries. It talks about protection, self-realization, and intuition, right? Defend oneself while remaining open to joy. Because there's this resourcefulness about you, there's this adaptability about you, right? And you know what real true feelings feel. All right, you know how that feels. And there could be this feeling like maybe somebody is being disingenuous with you, and you're wondering too if you can trust your feelings towards something or a situation because of the vast, I want to say, like, you want to protect yourself, but at the same time you want to be loving. And this is very, very Piscean of you, the two fishes, right, swimming in those depths. We also have 1K, and it's got a chain on it, and it might be a value of something, or it might be a debt, right? Someone could be holding it over your head or binding you with this. Like, it could be a bill that you owe someone. It could be someone who owes that to you. It could be like a fine or a bill, something that is kind of keeping you confined into a space, or that's holding onto you in some way. And on the clearing of that, in whatever capacity that might be, is very freeing from you and allows you, here we have the bird, and it allows you to open your wings, expand, and share the value of wealth, the self, the love, all of those things. It's like whatever it is, there's like an emotional feeling of being contracted, and then there's this material feeling of being contractually maybe obligated to something. Take it how it resonates for you, but because it's kind of like stimulating that feeling of resourcefulness and need to adapt, that self-protection, right, that intuitiveness, like you feel it even if that isn't what you're seeing right in front of you. You know what the underlying structure of the thing is, and being able to work on that so that you can get to the point where you're sharing you're free from that, and you're getting there. You're definitely getting there, because you know what love is, and that includes the love of the self, right? So yeah, protectiveness, attraction, and trust. What is attracted to you? Why are you attracting that? Understanding. Ooh. All right, ancestors, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Pisces? Use your power, Pisces. And it's a tiger. Do you see that? That's exactly what we're talking about here. And he's like back in the brush, right? Being a very like stealthy, the way cats are, Same with that hedgehog. There's like a again like a protective resourcefulness, and at the same time, like, are you using your power? Is this thing coming after you, looking out for you, or are you the tiger? It says, use some of your wonderful power to pardon every deed of your own past that you might still be in conflict with, and the deeds too of any you felt ever harmed you. And letting that go if you're feeling that spiciness, right? True strength comes from vulnerability. Your power, therefore, is at its zenith when you own all of your experience truthfully. When you forgive self and others, speak your truth without shame or fear, and grow fierce with reality. Wow. Wow. How beautiful is that? You know, if you need to stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself. If you need to be, you know, it doesn't mean that you need to lower yourself to negative or unhealthy behaviors or things that go against your ethics, your moral code, right? But you definitely need to examine this. Spirit is calling on you to examine this and realize how much power you actually have in the situation. Okay, ancestors, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Pisces? Wow, you get the tower right off this tower. Yeah, I think you are the tower in this situation. Shocking surprise, maybe to the people around you, to the things around you, to the situation. What is coming up here? Queen of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's, again, yeah, that disingenuousness. Spirit, that's too many. Someone's not being honest. 9 of Wands and the Devil in reverse, and on the bottom 2 of Swords in the reverse. Aquarius just got this too, but not on the underlying card. This is the overarching energy. This is blockages being removed, okay? Things being seen, things being acknowledged, information coming in. What was happening in the background is now coming to the foreground, whether they like it or not. You know, that's this tower energy here, like lightning striking, very exciting, very, in a way it is destructive, but it's like it needs to, you know, that old building needs to come down before a new building can go in its place. Food needs to be chewed and eaten and digested before nutrients can be taken from it, right? So that type of deconstruction, reconstruction is part of the natural flow of things. This is like, you know, like yanking the rug out from under it. This is that aha moment, that light bulb moment, that understanding that maybe you've been stuck in a tower for so long, right? That you could see everything that was going on around you, but you couldn't quite get to it. And you up there, you felt safe because those things couldn't get to you either, but it was very limiting. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? And that's as far as you're trapped in there, right? There's this feeling of entrapment. The lightning comes and strikes the tower and crumbles it. And so all of the people that were stuck in the top fall, right? They fall and they're expelled from it. This could be you, right? Like being that force of nature coming through. And what's interesting too is like that squirrel is protected. See all the butterflies? That's all the transformation that's happening. This is Scorpio and energy, Aries energy. And it's that spark, that push that gets things to the base of it, and then allows it to deconstruct so the rebirth process can occur. Okay. And it could be because, again, somebody is not being honest with you. Somebody is being disingenuous. This is the Queen of Swords in reverse. She's terrible at communication, or she uses communication to manipulate when she's in the reverse, right? She's extremely intelligent. She's bitter. She's been through a lot, and it's like this character. I say she, but take it how it resonates. I'm just explaining the character on the card. Okay, there's this feeling of that coming from someone else. You know, it's a feminine energy, but it could be anybody. Take it how it resonates. It's an air sign energy, but it could be anybody. Take it how it resonates. They're archetypes, and this is how this person is behaving. That all of the things that they've learned in their life and all of the experiences that they've had have made them very bitter. And so they say things and they do things and they lash out and they act out because they don't want anybody else to be happy either, because they don't know how to feed anything within themselves except for that bitterness, except for that resentment. And I think that there's like a huge surprise, a huge wake-up call, because this queen is looking at that tower. What is going on there? This is saying don't give up. 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. You too have learned a lot on your travels. You too have learned a lot from your experiences, and you are not giving up. You know, through all of the things that have that you've had to come through, that the trials, tribulations, expectations, right? Like all of that, being worn down, exhausted, suffered through things and had to heal from them. You too have learned a lot, but it isn't the bitterness that you're holding. It's the determination. It's the determination to not give up, to know that you are almost there, this 9. And I will tell you, you are almost there, because here is the devil in the reverse. I have Capricorn energy out here in the reverse, letting go of those addictions, codependencies, bad contracts, whatever it is that's binding you that is unhealthy. That's the devil energy, right? It's like these strings that are attached, and it's so enticing, but it is not good for you. And in the reverse, it's breaking free from those things. If you've been struggling with any of that, with any of those things of toxic nature that keep trying to pull you back in, you are determined, bound and determined to not give up and to release the binds to it, and remember the bonds to yourself. And what is love? Go back to that. What is love? Not just the love of the people around you and the people that you care for, or the way that they handle you and the way that you handle them, but the way you handle yourself too. How much love are you giving yourself? Again, that attractiveness, attracted to things that are good for you, as opposed to being attracted to things that are not. And that's not going to make everybody happy. There's definitely a situation here where somebody's about to get real pissed off, but they kind of did it to themselves. And it's kind of their nature right now anyway, at 11:11, to be this way. So don't fear the repercussions will come back on you, or how you feel about it, or what it'll do to them in the situation for you to keep going and release yourself from it. When you know that that's the healthier thing to do. That person is a grown-ass person, and they need to take care of their own shit. Okay? Don't let them make you I think you might also be having this realization about someone or something in your life and being like, damn, that is a bitter person, and there ain't nothing I can do about it. You did not make them this. I don't think you did. I think that they came to you this way, or it developed over time within them, and that is a personal issue that they have to come to on their own. And you're not giving up. Maybe you're not giving up on them, but you're giving up on the attachment to the toxicity. Defending yourself, be resourceful, whatever this. I keep coming back to this 1K. Is it 1,000 days? Is it $1,000? What is it? Could be 1,000 anything. Could be 1K. It could be a letter. Take it how it resonates. What is this Tower? Pisces. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Look at that. 2 of Wands on the bottom for that coming out. Being at that crossroads, the wishes, hopes, and dreams, the expectations. You might have been attached to some idea, and now you're starting to realize that that's the idea that isn't really healthy for you. The Tower, that isn't the hope, the wish, the dream that you want. This is 9 of Cups spilled. Also, when we have the Devil and the 9 of Cups out, that does lean towards somebody who might be intoxicating themselves. They might be drinking a little too much. They might be imbibing in something, whether it actually be a libation of that sort, or something else, gambling, shopping, gossip, whatever it might be. This Tower is coming down to clear the way from that, because it is very unhealthy. And what it does is it opens up a possibility. 1313. Yes, big transformations are here. What is this Queen of Swords? Tell us about this Queen of Swords, please. Chariot in the reverse. Look, Emperor on the bottom coming out. Yeah, this is you taking control of the situation. This is big boss energy. Okay. And this is also being at a higher level and taking action. This queen being not, she's the queen of the air realm. He's the emperor of all the realms. She's sitting in contemplative thought, stuck in the mud. It's the Chariot card in the reverse, not moving, keeping you from being able to move. It could be having car trouble. It could be, a canceled trip. It could be not being able to get from point A to point B, not having a ride. It could be just not having your head and your heart on the same page. This is you taking action, the masculine, right? Taking action and doing the thing, getting it done, where this person isn't. There could be some person of authority who steps in to the situation to help. What is the 9 of Wands? What is the 9 of Wands? What is the 9 of Wands? This is a big deal, Pisces. Wow. You get the Unlock the Secret Mysteries of Tarot. Things are coming up for you right now that you can't even see yet. This is a little extra card that comes in the tarot. We read it. Unlock the mysteries that come, that are found in the sacred tarot. And it's the flower of life there. There are things that just by standing your ground, gently standing your ground here, right? The hedgehog, self-protection. Just by doing that, a bunch of things are going to be revealed. Like I said, that aha moment of the Tower, things are going to come through. Six of Swords, about in the reverse, about how some things are always going to be rocky waters until the other decides to make a difference in their life. Their life will always be tumultuous. The water will always be wavy. The wind will always be blowing hard. And if you want something different for your life, you have to acknowledge that. That's what Spirit is saying to you right now. And that you might not be able to see what's on the other side until you do, until you take these actions, or until all of this comes down and you can see what's happening in the wash here. Right. Ooh. Tell me about the Devil in reverse for Pisces, please. What is the Devil in reverse for Pisces, please? Spirit. Yep, they're getting caught up in their shit. Look at that. Seven of Swords in the reverse. What? Yeah, it's all coming out. It's all coming clear. This Tower is bringing it all down, and all in all of the like rubble and disarray. All will be seen. This is happening because whatever was happening in the background that you aren't giving up on is they're being caught. They're being called out. If this was a bad contract, it's getting noticed. Like if it was a lie, it's being seen. If they were whatever they were doing that was shady underneath. Feels like somebody might have been imbibing in an addiction or taking part in something that wasn't good for them, and it's coming to light. And when it comes to light, the blockages are removed. Look at that Hierophant energy. Talk about stability. This is Taurus energy now coming out, and it's the commitments, it's the like governmental structures, it's the rules. It's very, very spiritual, right? Like it's church, mosques, temple, whatever it is for you. See the worshiping the sacred buffalo. Maybe not worshiping the sacred buffalo, acknowledging the sacredity within the buffalo. All right, that the divine connection to spirit, that divine connection to nature, that divine connection within yourself, and it being strong. I mean, it's the bull because it's the Taurus energy here, and it's steadfast and strong. It's the rules. Okay. And it could be that, again, that there's like enabling you to move forward rather than enabling them to continue on this path. This is a big, big deal. Someone in this situation is getting a huge wake up call. And I think that it's everyone in this situation is getting a huge wake up call. Whatever was happening underneath is definitely coming to the surface now. All right, ancestors, spirits, guides. You will be unchained. I heard you will be unchained. Beautiful Pisces. Ancestors, spirits, guides, what crystal will help Pisces in this situation, in this scenario? You get two, sodalite. Man, do we love sodalite. What is it? Friend to the chronic meditator. Sodalite is known by some as the poor man's lapis. Is a salty, deep blue stone speckled and striated with white calcite inclusions. Who needs it? Planners, producers, and Virgos. Virgos are your opposite sign. Okay, so maybe you need to like kind of lean into the critical thinking bit of this, not just that intuitive feeling, because there's a lot of intuitive feeling here, and getting into that organizing of thought, organizing of information might really be helpful to you right now to help you line things up, put things in a line, right? Where to put it, and we just entered Virgo time. Wherever you do your best non-thinking. Yeah, interesting. When to use it? When you have a big decision to make. When you're 99% finished with the project, but can't get your head around that last 1%, don't. Seriously. Give up. Meditate with sodalite. Abandon solution-oriented thinking. Surrender to your intuition and watch your problem get solved from someplace much deeper. Deepen your intuition. Your intuition is very strong here. That's what's that was what was coming out to begin with here. You can see deeply into this. You're understanding what's happening. You got the bird's eye view, and what it's doing is showing you this. There is a need to be a little clinical here with some of these things. I know it's saying deepen your intuition, but I'm feeling that Virgo pull, especially with that 9 of Wands. All right. Your intuition is telling you this. What is the concrete evidence for it? You will find it. That's the 7 of Swords in reverse. All will be revealed. They'll get caught, right? Look, tiger eye. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Tiger eye is a gold brown quartz displaying light reflecting optical phenomena known as chatoyance or cat's eye that appears just below the stone's surface. Who needs it? Currently overthinking and mood swinging Geminis and Virgos. Are you dealing with the earth sign here? Because you got Virgo out in both of these. You got the devil, which is Capricorn, and you have the Hierophant out, which is Taurus. All the earth signs are being represented here, right? We also have Cancer energy, Aries, Scorpio energy. All right. Where to put it? In a string of prayer beads hanging from your middle finger, counted during meditation along with your blessings. And when to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends. When reading Jungian theories or attempting to decipher a Zen koan. When you're all the roar and not enough purr. Ooh, especially with that tiger. When only equanimity of the mind, body, spirit, left brain, and right brain can get you square with the universe. Balance your being with that tower energy, balancing your being, you know, and then going from being in a space of like opening the blockages, moving the blockages, and getting centered. You're getting centered right. There could be some rules that will apply that will help you. There could be some sort of an institution that you know, whether that be, like I said, a spiritual institution, a educational institution, a governmental institution, whatever it might be. Could just be the rules that apply to the thing, right? Especially if there's maybe a banking institution, because it is Taurus, second house. Take it how it resonates, but the rules are going to help you in this situation. So once again, I'm just going to remind you that love is a set of emotions, behaviors characterized by intimacy, passion, and commitment. It involves closeness, protectiveness, attraction, and trust. If it's not all of those things, I need to take a look at that. All right, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We'd really love it if you joined our tribe. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.